Hey everyone, this is me again, Valeria, Customer Success Manager at GetSales. So you finally did it and you are now ready to create your first automation. So in today's video, we are going to do it. I bet it won't take longer than 15 minutes because we have everything ready for you. So let's get started. So first thing first, you would need to navigate to your automation section and you would need to click on Create Automation. And for this one, we're just going to use the template because it will be easier and I can actually show you what kind of templates we have and how quick it is to set one up. So I really personally love the connect and follow up template. And also the connect template, for example, is really good if you need to just warm up your accounts. So you just take like the basic search URL, you put it in the connect template, and then you're able to just connect with different people. It doesn't take much for you. You just send like 5-10 connection requests per day to warm up your accounts by limiting it in your sender profile settings, and then you're good. So in a couple of weeks your account activity will be warmed up and then you can start your massive outreach. For this one, we will just use the connect and follow up one. It can also be good for doing the warm up of the account if you just put the initial limits on your sender profile. So that would be here. So you can either do it by smart limits or you can disable the smart limits and put your own. And if your account is not so well warmed up, then you really want to follow those before starting the automation. So in my case, my account is really warmed up because I was already doing the warm-up sequences before. Plus I do regular manual posting and also commenting on other people's posts. So that all helps to increase the activity. Then it also helps me to start the active outreach and not to cause any kind of suspicious behavior on the LinkedIn's end. So we will start our automation. You can see everything has already been pre-built for us. So here we will add the contacts that will go inside the automation later on the third step. And then the logic is as follows. We check if we are already connected with those leads. And if we are connected, then we're not interested in doing anything else. We will just end the automation. And if we are not connected yet, we will send the connection request. Why is it important to check if we are already connected with those leads? If you just skip the step and you just send the connection request, for those leads who you're already connected with, this step will be just skipped. So basically you will just skip through the task and then you will go on the next session. So wait for connection and then you can actually potentially send the message to the leads who you're already connected with. You're not really want that because your outreach strategy might be something like, hey, thanks a lot for connecting with me, and then you have already been connected with this lead before, so kind of like looks strange. So that's why we only want to send the message for those who we are not connected yet, and then we get connected. So here we will send the connection request. Then this is like one of the most interesting parts. This note means that we will continuously check if the connection request has been accepted by the lead. So that means that if at some point one of our leads accepts the connection with us, we will immediately the system will immediately be notified and we will move on the connected path moving forward. So it doesn't mean that we wait for 10 days. After 10 days, we check if the lead has been connected with you and only then we move forward. No, this is like a continuous check. So immediately once the connection request is accepted, we are going forward. So here is another good one. We put the 5 days delay, and then if after 5 days nothing happens, the lead is not connected with us, we can gently ping them, like their latest post, then give another time delay of 5 days, and then basically if they're still not connected, we can withdraw connection request. Why withdrawing connection request is also important? Because this is not done automatically by our tool just yet. We are planning to add this optimization in the future. But right now, if you send a connection request to your lead and then they are not connected with you, the system will not withdraw the connection request automatically. And just piling up the queue of like pending connection requests can also increase potential red flag on LinkedIn. So if you have like more than 500 or 1000, that also raises a potential red flag, meaning that you're possibly like an automation because you just send the connection requests and then you do nothing about it. So you can actually find it here. We also highlight it in our account health, like you will understand how many pending connections you have. So connect rate and withdrawal queue metric. In my case, my connection queue is small and well maintained. So you want to do the same, that it doesn't kind of like triggers anything on LinkedIn's end. So we withdraw connection request to keep our queue clean. And then we end the automation. If you have more than one sender profiles and you want to try your kind of like luck from another sender profile, which might be more relevant to the leads, you can also end rotate sender profile nodes, and then you will start from the same segments in our case, and then you will select a different sender profile. In my case, I only have one, so I don't really have anybody to rotate my automation through, but just keep in mind that you can do that. And also one of the most often questions that we have is that like how many rotations will happen? Well, you control that. So in first rotation, you can either like select a sender profile, or you can just like let the system choose for you if you have like 20 sender profiles, 100 sender profiles. So you can do it like with anybody you want who are added in the automation. And then you can add more rotation circles. So you can have like 2 rotations for your automation of one lead. So they will go until the last step of withdraw connection request in the first circle. They will go back on the starting point, and they will go through the flow again. If they're still not connected with the second sender profile, they will go on the third third circle. But then if nothing happens, for example, after 3 rotations, then it might be worth just to end the flow and just not to do anything else. So this is also one of the options that helps to actually increase the connection rates, because like the more leads are connected with either of your profiles, then you can just send them different kind of outreach messages. So yeah, it's always good to have more options to get connected instead of just sending like emails and so on. Right, because this is like the cheapest option for you, just to send the regular message on LinkedIn. Cool. So the other option is like if we get connected, one of the most popular mistakes that I see here is that there is no time delay put between accepting the connection and sending the first message. So somebody has been connected with you, and then immediately they receive this message from you. I have personally seen that when somebody sent me a connection request, and then I would be like, oh yeah, this seems to be a nice person, then I accept this connection, and then immediately like I'm triggered with a message which was really suspicious. Back in the days, I didn't even know that it was like automated. I was like, how the hell does this happen? So yeah, we want to wait one day, not to look automated. And also like there are so many automated messages, we really want to make sure that we look like human in this case. Here we have the spin tags, because also one of the things that you might know or you might not know is that it's good to send a little bit tweaked messages on LinkedIn, so that LinkedIn doesn't see that you're just sending exactly the same message to different leads, because that also can potentially raise a red flag. So we want to use spin tags in this case. So yeah, hey, happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, George. Thanks for connecting, or it's pleasure connecting. Thanks for connecting. Perfect. So this is how it will look like for the lead who has been connected with you. Then if nothing happens, so this is how it will look like for the lead who has been connected with you. And then we can simply add the automation. You can change this automation, and you can put your own text here, and then you can add more steps of sending messages, but just keep in mind that maybe like it's good to put a delay of like 5 days before sending the second message, or 3 days, depends on your strategy. Like you can tweak this automation as many times as you want. So this is just the template that we provide, but then like you would be the one deciding what is better for you. Perfect. So like for me, this automation looks good enough. I would like to move on the next step. Here I just need to select the sender profiles that will be participating in my automation. So in my case, this is just me. I think another important thing just to highlight here is the distribution model of the sender profiles. So by default, this is just the fair balance rotation. So whenever your sender profiles are in the automation, and then the leads start going through the automation, this will be like the tasks in progress. And basically, in the fair balance rotation distribution model, the tasks would be distributed like evenly across all sender profiles. So that would be like fair play to everybody. There is an option to rotate to a new sender profile. So for example, the lead has been connected to the sender profile A, but hasn't been connected to the sender profile B. So we would actually rotate the lead to the sender profile B in this case, and vice versa. If the lead has been connected to sender profile A but hasn't been connected to the sender profile B, we would like to rotate them to the sender profile A, because, for example, we would like to do some kind of follow-up or invitation of our already existing kind of like customers, so on and so forth. So we would like to message them on behalf of the person who like is already engaged with them. And then there is also the random rotation. This is like the random distribution, but this is very helpful if you add more sender profiles to your automation after you have already launched the automation. So imagine your automation has been going on for like a couple of days, and then you have more sender profiles that you would like to add to this automation. So you add those sender profiles to the automation, but then you would need to redistribute the tasks that are already in the automation between the sender profiles. I would not like to stress on this kind of topic right now. We have a separate video explaining this in details, how you can do that, but just keep in mind that random rotation is really useful if you add or remove the sender profiles from it. In my case, doesn't matter. If, for example, we select rotate to a new sender profile, and I have some leads that have been already connected with me, then my tasks would fail. So let's just select the fair balance rotation, just not to mess anything up. And then I would need to end contacts here. So here you can see we have different options. We already described them on kind of the options to import the contacts inside your CRM. And here I would just like to do the basic search URL looking for the leads with the specific title, and then just automatically adding them inside my automation and just outreaching them if they get connected with me. So I will show you how it works. So this is my LinkedIn session, and I've been looking for SDRs. So yeah, I'm happy with this kind of search results. So I would like to copy this link that I have and put it inside the search URL. Okay, so, and we will name this list SDRs. And then we will select my sender profile, because this is the link from my sender profile session. So that kind of like makes sense. So I select my sender profile that I'm doing the search on behalf of this sender profile. And then I can also select the tags that I would like to add to those leads. If I would like to do some kind of more separation, segmentation later on, and I would like to, being able to segment those based on the tags. I always recommend to add the tags. Honestly, this is very useful, especially when you have duplicate contacts in your list. You would like to know how they were imported, if they were imported with this tag, and then you can actually do different kind of manipulations when doing the segmentation. So don't mind me, I will add the SDR tag. Should be good. And then if we have some duplicate contacts, we would also like to add this tag to them, because these are SDRs, so we would like to tag everybody with this tag. Tag with a tag. We will create the import. And I will actually show you another thing which is really important when you do the basic search, because that might raise the questions from you as the new user of GetSales. We will move on the next step, and we will name our automation. Okay, so we can also select a folder. I will not use it for now, and we will also use the sender profile schedule. You can disable, and then you can also use the schedule that you want. But one important thing is that actually the schedule of the automation has to intersect with some hours of the sender's profile. Because imagine if you put the automation schedule to Amsterdam, and then the sender profile schedule is set to New York, there will be only a couple of hours intersecting, and then during these 2 hours the tasks would be piling up and running, and then nothing will happen, because basically the schedules do not intersect any longer. The sender profiles is already out of schedule. So this also is a popular kind of question among our customers, how can we ensure that if we put the automation schedule, that we have enough time with the sender profiles. So my recommendation is just to check with the sender profile schedule, and just maybe to put on the intersection of different time zones and checking how many hours you have intersected. So I'm not going to select the automation schedule. I'm just going to use the sender profile schedule. I'm good with this one. And yeah, I will launch it now so that we can start piling up some tasks. And I would like to show you the imports in the meantime. Okay, so this is my basic contact search of SDRs. And it might look a little bit strange because only 10 are saved, and in many other tools, when you put the URL of the basic search inside the tool, it will save immediately 1000 leads. So why is this not happening in GetSales? Because we are using the specific LinkedIn account to do the basic search of LinkedIn. And in my case, this is my profile. So imagine for LinkedIn, seeing that you're kind of running several pages, 10 pages at once, and just grabbing the leads from those pages, because this is all what it looks like to LinkedIn if we are using this kind of URL here. That looks suspicious. So we are mimicking the human-based behavior, and because there are still some delays between the tasks in the automation, we don't do just bam, 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 and sending the requests and sending messages. We wait a little bit before doing each of them. That makes absolutely perfect sense, because you will be getting more leads inside the basic search. Then these leads will be automatically added inside the automation, and then the tasks will be equally and evenly executed on behalf of your sender profile, not creating any kind of spike, any kind of trigger on LinkedIn's end. How can you actually control the delay between those tasks? You can go to the sender profile. You will see the search page import limits. And in my case, based on my smart limits, I have 54 pages that I can execute per day and basically save the leads from it. So I have already done one so far today. And the delay between moving on to the next page is 5 minutes. So for me, it is good, because then I can go back inside my automation. You can see that I have added 10 contacts here. So 5 are already in progress and 5 are waiting for enrichment. So because they probably haven't been in our like main database yet. So we have already, like, no, we haven't already. We are actually checking right now if my profile is already connected with them. And I think if I refresh the page, this will already be completed. No, it's still in progress, but in a couple of minutes this will be completed, and then they will move on the next node. Probably not connected one, and then we will send the connection request to them. Another thing, so that I can finish this topic, you can actually like update your smart limits, you can disable them, and you can put like the less kind of delay between the tasks, so that will be also like saved and everything will be fine. But we recommend not to do less than 3 minutes, because that might raise some kind of flags on LinkedIn's side. And also, because I have started my automation, when the tasks will be in progress of sending the connection request, we will see those tasks here as well. Right now, what our system is doing is actually queuing these tasks on the back end, planning according to my schedule, according to my kind of like preferences of the limits, of the delays. So once it's done, like this will appear in auto tasks here. And also you will see that there will be in tasks in progress. Right now, nothing happened yet, because all the tasks are right now in progress of waiting for connection. Wait for connection is just like the system checks if we are connected with the lead yet, doesn't really do anything on my behalf, so this is not a real task. The real task will start here when we send the connection request, when we send the message. This will be like all the kind of tasks that are happening on behalf of my profile. So once the tasks are queued, everything will be good. So let's just wait for it, and then I will show you what will happen next. Okay, so while I was waiting, basically we already have 20 saved leads from the basic lead search. And why is it actually 20? Because you have 10 results of the contacts per LinkedIn's page. So 10 per one page would be 20 per two pages, and so on. And for Sales Navigator search, this would be 25, so a little bit more. These are just like the basic things to remember. If you forget, you can always go to the search page, import limits, and you will have this tooltip right here. Okay, so let's just go back inside our automation, see what's happening. Oh, okay, so we have more, and we have some of the tasks completed. And here you can see that I have some of the initial tasks of sending connection request. Let's see. Okay, so they have been scheduled, as I said. So today is 9th of January. This is my time zone. Timestamp according to the time zone of my laptop. So the first connection request, according to the time that I'm seeing right now, will be sent in 3 minutes. So the task will move to complete it, and then we will be waiting for the connection from this lead. Okay, looks good. And then, as I promised to you, we can also go back in my Sender profile, and we can see the auto tasks. They can also be seen here. So if you are kind of like not sure if your Sender profile is functioning as expected, you can always go to auto tasks and check of this specific Sender profile if everything looks according to your schedule. And if it does, then you don't have to worry. And also, like, when you will get more and more leads. So for example, I have 24 connection request limit per day. And for example, the other leads, I will have, for example, 50 found today on the LinkedIn's basic search results. So I will only be able to send the connection request to 24, and then the rest will be scheduled for tomorrow. So you will be able to see this for the next days. Right now, it's not there yet because we still have not so many leads. So it's still being scheduled. So this is happening live, but later on, this will definitely be it. Okay. So let me just refresh the page to see if anything has changed here. Okay, we're still waiting for enrichment of some, and then in 1 minute we will have the first invitation sent. So let's just wait a little bit, and I will show you in the next couple of minutes what happens. And actually, in the meantime, I can show you what is waiting enrichment. If you go to your segment's first kind of node, you will see different counts here. And if you click on one of the counts, for example, we are interested to see the leads who are waiting for enrichment, we will be brought to our CRM. And here we are able to see these kind of leads. They actually already have been enriched. So I guess the automation will be updated now, because the LinkedIn has been found, and then we have also, like, you see additional emails, and then we have the details of the company, and well, you can actually see all the enrichment data here. So yeah, even the phone number, the amount of connections number, the skills, the address, verified profile, supported languages, so on and so forth. You can also see that this lead has been added to our automation. So they will be, like, once the tasks will be planned with this lead, you will see them in here. I will better show you with a different lead who is already in progress. Okay, perfect. So for example, we can see this one. We can go to the automation, and you can see where exactly he's been standing right now. So okay, so he's on the node to send the connection request. This is in progress, hasn't been completed yet. Should be sent in 9 minutes. And let's go back to our automation. Okay, so we have the first connection request sent, and then another has been skipped, and we will actually check why this happened. Okay, so we sent one connection request to this lead. I've shown you before, yes, that happened exactly as planned, and then one was skipped. Okay, so this one has been skipped, and you can also see the reason why this happened. So let me go back. When you go on the specific node with the specific tasks planned, and there will be like skipped, failed, different kind of tasks, you can always check why exactly this happened. Here the reason is that I already sent the connection on LinkedIn for this contact. Might have been in my different automation in the different team of the sender profile that I'm using, and I haven't withdrawn the connection request yet. So I cannot send another one, so that's why the task has been skipped. I've been talking about it in the beginning that like it's good to check if we are connected with the LinkedIn connection already or not connected, because if we are connected but we don't check for this connection, this will be skipped and move on the node to send the message. So because I just sent the connection request but it hasn't been accepted yet, we are technically not connected with this lead, but then we cannot send the connection request to them any longer. Hope it makes sense. Okay, so this is actually how it looks like. We now have, because we have one sent connection request and one who are still waiting for the connection request to be accepted, we have 2 leads here in progress. And this will be growing. And then at the same time, we will have our imports growing as well. Already 30 saved. So this is how it works. I hope I gave you a good explanation. It took about 30 minutes, but technically it took only 15 minutes to set up the automation, and then we were just like doing the manual troubleshooting, the basic one. Yes, I hope it gave you a better understanding of how that looks like, and also how to troubleshoot if something goes wrong. But if you have any questions, you can always send a message to us. It takes some time to get used to the automations, but once you get used to them, they're super powerful, and you can do so many incredible things with them to bring your outreach to the next level. Yep, see you in the next video. Thanks.